And so far we have finished 8 projects in it, and today we are going to do our 9th project, which is resource governance. Okay, so we are going to help the Innovations Lab maintain consistent standards for all launched resources. So let's see how we can do that. So let's click on our mobile device and let's go and pick resource governance. Is it this person? No. Look at the buildings that we chose. Did you guys like the choices that I'm making as far as this building go? Let me know in the comments. And I think maybe it's this person. They are waving like crazy, or maybe not. I don't know why they are waving them. Okay, they are taking us on to the other side of the town. Okay, here we go. I guess this is the person, I'm sure. All right, I don't know, I mean, like, we are hovering in the air and we look much taller than everybody else. Welcome to the most innovative lab in the city. Yeah, right, self-advertising. Thanks for answering our call. Hey, no problem. How can I help you today? As you might be aware, we employ a significant number of bright young minds every year to help us innovate. Sometimes these bright young minds forget to enable versioning or encryption on their buckets. Yeah. Can you help us identify when systems are non-compliant? Oh no, that doesn't sound good. Fortunately, we have some solutions to this problem. For managing the configurations of your systems, you can use AWS config. You can get notified as soon as your systems are changed, and you can set up automatic rollbacks. Wow, that would be great. We need to get on this as soon as possible. Otherwise, those monkeys, those young talent is going to change everything. Can we also monitor if the correct tag identifiers are not applied to the system? We need every resource tagged with key identifiers such as the cost center. Trust me, this happens even in my project where we have this new talent. It's not like they're not talented, it's just for them they are a little bit lazy. They are like, seriously, do we have to put these tags to each resource we spin? Because we have, I think, about 13 or 14 tags, and every resource you spin, like you create a lambda, you need to add these 13 tags. You create a step function, you need to add these 13 tags. Create an entry in secret manager, you need to. So they are like, seriously, isn't there an easy way? So this is for them. If they don't put tags on a particular resource, they want it to be notified. I wish we had. Maybe we need to implement this at our company as well. Of course, using AWS config, you can create custom rules based on your specific requirements. You can enforce configurations, including proper resource tagging. This helps you to quickly find non-compliant resources. That sounds perfect. I wish we had this solution yesterday. Me too. Are you able to help us improve our resource governance policies? Sure, why not? Let me check. Wow, they are giving 105 gems. And then we use config. We are going to get experience in config, EC2, KMS, S3. And objectives, we will learn how to create AWS config rules for versioning and encryption, as well as custom AWS config rules to enforce tagging policy. I like it. I want to learn it ASAP. Fantastic. Let's get on this right away. Me too. So as usual, we have video concepts. Let's click on that. And we have AWS config overview video. Go ahead, watch it, then come back and watch the rest of the lab. Because as usual, if you don't learn what AWS config is, you won't understand this. I mean, we will cover at a high level, but that will give you detailed features and etc. on config. So go watch it. I would recommend you to go watch it, and you know where to watch it. Not here, obviously. We already have all these videos posted on, where is it? On our playlist, which is called AWS Tutorials for Beginners. So go there, search for config video, you will get it, watch it, come back. So let's look at the diagram steps. This solution uses AWS config to assess, audit, and evaluate the configurations of your AWS resources. Yes, that is what I want to learn as well. AWS config continually monitors and records your AWS resource configurations so that you can automatically evaluate recorded configurations against desired configurations. AWS config records details of changes to your AWS resources and delivers a configuration history file to a specified S3 bucket, which you can see here. So you have your configuration changes that are occurring, then it is storing them on a bucket. An SNS topic is used to send notification when a change from a previous state is detected. The notification can be reviewed and acted on. Nice. For complaints, AWS config uses rules to assess your configurations, resource configurations and changes. For example, like required tags, KMS, custom rules, bucket version enabled. And then you can use Lambda to do the custom evaluation. This solution uses predefined AWS managed rules to assess resources for complaints, including S3 default encryption KMS, required tags, S3 bucket versioning enabled. You can also create custom rules using AWS Lambda to define your internal best practices and guidances for resource configurations. You can use the AWS config console and APIs to view and monitor the resource inventory, configuration history, and complaint statuses. Configurations that deviate from your rules automatically invoke Amazon SNS notifications and Amazon CloudWatch events so that you can be alerted on a continual basis. So basically that's about it. So let's go click on the plan to see our practice lab goals. We are going to configure an AWS config managed rules for KMS encryption as well as tagged resources. As part of the DIY, we are going to add an additional rule to verify that S3 buckets have versioning enabled. Okay, enable versioning on S3 bucket, config bucket. Click on practice, start the lab. I don't think we will need any files. Good. And we don't have that many steps. So first of all, we'll start by going to config. And as they mentioned, it is a fully managed service that provides you with an AWS resource inventory, configuration history, and configuration change notifications to enable security and governance. Once we go there, let's click on get started. Choose one-click setup to launch AWS config based on AWS best practices, or you can choose get started to go through the setup manually, which we will do. Then we will choose record all current and future resource types supported in this region, include globally recorded resource types, then create AWS config service link role. AWS config automatically starts recording new supported AWS resource types. Choose include global resources to record supported global resource types such as AWS IAM. Then we have to store these results in a bucket. So we are going to create a bucket. Then the bucket name is that. It doesn't matter. The delivery method defines which S3 bucket AWS config sends configuration history and snapshot files to. Then we'll click next. And the rule that we are going to use is encryption KMS. An AWS config rule represents desired configurations for a resource and is evaluated against configuration changes on the relevant resources as recorded by AWS config. So it will have the last one that you created and the current changes. So it will compare and it will detect did it change or not. Then delivery method that config rules, click on that, then confirm, done. The results of evaluating a rule against the configuration of a resource are available on a dashboard. So this is just setting up it with those rules. Then we'll go into rules so that you can see what all rules that are there. Config will discover resources that exist in your account, record their current configuration, capture any changes to this configuration. Then config will also retain configuration details for resources that have been deleted. So you can go to rules and you can see our rule that is created. Then they want us to go to dashboards and then you can see whatever rules we enabled, the resources that are non-compliant and rules that are non-compliant rules. Use the dashboard to see an overview of your resources, rules and their compliance status. So let's click open this. Now let's search for config if it is not already here, which is not. Get started, not one click. We are going to record all that, include globally, create bucket, that is fine. Then click next. And here we want KMS. There are several ones, but we want encrypted. It's not DynamoDB. What was it? S3 bucket side encryption. It's not that as well. Okay, there are total 15. So let's go click here. I think it is S3 default encryption KMS if I'm not wrong. So let me go ahead and check that. Yeah, S3 default encryption KMS. Click next. And you can see that is what we selected, confirm. It's very easy to do it. Signing up with AWS config. Cool. So now let's go back to rules. And you can see our rules that is created. And it is still detective complaints. Let's go to dashboard. And it is still doing its thing. So I don't think that's why it is not showing. So let's wait for some time. Didn't take much time, maybe less 15 or 20 seconds off screen. And as you can see, it already detected 2 non-compliant resources. If I go to dashboard, I think here it shows resources 2 non-compliant. Maybe even this will do, but right now that is the only thing that's showing. So now let's go back. And resources in scope, the resources, they are saying these 2 are non-compliant. While AWS config continuously tracks the configuration changes that occur among your resources, it checks whether these changes violate any of the conditions in your roles. If a resource violates a rule, AWS config flags the resource and the rule as non-compliant, which we can see. And since they said S3, so we are going to S3. Config tracks changes in configuration of your resources, and it regularly sends updated configuration details to S3 bucket that we specified. Okay, that's what they want to see. Okay. Configuration snapshot contains configuration details for all resources that AWS config records in your AWS account. The configuration history file and configuration snapshot are in JSON file and will be stored under this S3 bucket that we created. Properties. With Amazon S3 default encryption, you can set the default encryption behavior for an S3 bucket so that all new objects are encrypted when they are stored in the bucket, not the existing ones, all new ones. Remember that difference. Properties, default encryption, edit. The objects are encrypted using server-side encryption with either S3 managed or AWS keys stored in a KMS. Now we are going to pick SSC, server-side encryption KMS, then choose from your AWS KMS keys. They already created one, so let's pick that. Specifying a bucket key reduces traffic from S3 to KMS so that you can access AWS KMS encrypted objects in S3 at a fraction of the previous cost. Then we will go to config. It might take a few minutes because right now we did a configuration change, right? That will be displayed in the config. It might take a few minutes for AWS config to display your resources, rules and their compliance. So let's go back and do it so that it won't take much time for us. Okay, so config bucket, as you can see here, it is talking about this particular bucket and it is saying the KMS thing, it is not enabled. That's why it is showing that as non-compliant, and even one rule is non-compliant. It is saying this particular rule, it is non-compliant because there are some resources. That's what it is showing. So let's go to S3, open it in new tab, and let's buckets. So we have the bucket here, right? Oops, this one, and it will have the logs from config, as you can see, all that, but that is not what we are interested in. Let's go there, properties, and not tags, encryption, edit it. So let's pick SSC and choose from existing keys, and they already created one key, so let's pick that, save changes. So this is a configuration change that we made on the bucket, so this should be displayed in the config. So let's go to config, and if I go to AWS config, view dashboard, it will take some time, so let's give it some time. Okay, after some time it will say, it will remove that one of them from non-compliant to compliant. Previously we had 0, it would show that. Config dashboard page helps you quickly identify the top resources in your account, and if you have any rules or resources that are non-compliant, which we already checked. And then go into that resources, then click on the config bucket that we modified, which will show compliant. You can use the config console command line interface and config API to look up the resources that AWS config has taken an inventory of or discovered, including deleted resources and resources that AWS config is not currently recording. Then let's add another rule. Right now we only have KMS. Remember, as part of the practice, we are going to create another rule for tags. Config provides predefined AWS managed rules and customizable rules that AWS config uses to evaluate whether your AWS resources comply with common best practices. Let's add another managed and let's search for required tags. Tag is a label that you assign to an AWS resource. Each tag consists of a key and an optional value, both of which you define. Okay, then let's click that. Let's scroll. Using tags, you can categorize and manage your AWS resources in different ways. The required tags manager rule checks that your resources have the tags that you specify. And then we'll click resources and we will type. You choose the scope of what will invoke rule evaluations when changed. What do you want to do when you see tags that are not assigned? What do you want to do? Scope of changes, what time do you want to see all changes? Resources, tags. When any resource that matches the specified type or the type plus identifier is created, changed or deleted, then it will. What are we seeing? We are telling the AWS resource type is a EC2 instance. So when you don't see tags on an EC2 instance, then trigger this. And the tags that we want to check, what is it that we want to check? What all tags? These are the tags that they want to check. Okay. One is cost center, environment is that, audit level, etc. So before I forget, let's go here. Now if we refresh, this should be one. It should show here another one. Okay. Now as you can see, from one it came to in this because we went ahead and enabled encryption on this. That's why it is compliant now. Now let's go back to rules, add another rule, managed rule, and it's tag. We have multiple ones, but what are we going to pick? Oh, there are 13 matches. And okay, this one. Click next. Oh, okay. So you see resources already selected. So many resources here. But what do we want to select? We want to select AWS resources and we want to search on EC2. Okay, forget about this. What is it? What did they put? EC2 AWS multiple selected. I only see AWS EC2 instance. For resource type on the drop down, choose EC2. Okay, is it there? Did I miss? Okay, let me filter it here. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's all. And here we have to enter all this. Type that, type environment, and the tag to values, what are they? These are the values. Okay, then tag 3 key, what is it? Audit level, and the values for tag 3 are PII, all that. And tag 4 key is owner, and we are not giving a value. Okay, let's go ahead, do that. All right, that because you can search and filter your resources based on the tags that you add, enforcing tagging standards is a common compliance scenario. Then we will click next. Tag keys and values are case sensitive. Separate multiple values with commas. You can check up to 6 tags at a time. Then review everything that we have entered. Then click save. Using a consistent set of tag keys helps you efficiently manage your resources. Then we have it, and it will take some time to detect. Okay, and now you can see even resource required tags is showing non-compliant, one of them. After setup, config starts recording the specified resources and it evaluates them against your rules. Once we click, it will show you which one is having the issue. Then you can see the EC2 instance. After change occurs, you can quickly look at the non-compliant. So let's go ahead and do it so that it will take some time for it to show us. Next, we are good. Save. So it will take some time for it to detect. So let it detect. We'll go to EC2 machine. Tags are useful when you have many resources of the same time, such as a fleet of EC2 instances. So we'll go there, check web server. If your resources are tagged properly, you can quickly identify a specific resource based on the tags that you have assigned to it. So click tags, manage tags. Tags are not automatically assigned to your resources. You can edit tag keys and values, and you can remove tags from a resource at any time. It does have some tags, but not the tags that we created. So we need to go add all the tags. Now you will see the pain. Why I said some of the youngsters in my company don't want to enter tags, because you have to do it manually. I don't know, why can't they just give an option saying copy paste it, right? Because these are the same tags you need to add to everything. Instead of that, you need to click add tag, enter that. So they prefer not to do it. Okay, that being said, let's go back. I think it detected by now. Yes, it did. Dashboard. Now you can see that required tags, and this is the EC2. Will it take me there? No, it is not taking me there, so I have to go manually. Okay, here we are, instances, and we have one. Click on it, tags, and those tags are not there. Manage tags, add. I think there are about 5. First one is cost center. Usually it will show it here, but it is not. That's fine. Cost center is 13.7. Next one is audit level, and the values is normal. And next one is environment, and this is QA. I think I can just type it. And next owner is Sthita Pragna. Okay, let's come here. I think that's it. For each resource, each tag key must be unique, and each tag key can only have one value. So let me go back here. We don't need this. Let's save it. Now this is a configuration change, so it should reflect it in the config. So once we go here, we can reevaluate it. Config evaluates your resources based on your rules. You can also run on-demand evaluation once per minute. So we'll go and do that. Once you do that, it should show compliant. And that's about our practice. Where is this? This one? Yeah, resources. We want to go to rules. Click that. Actions, reevaluate. Evaluating. Okay. I mean, did it evaluate? Still non-compliant? Or is it taking time? Interesting. Let's go and see here. Because it should show it as compliant. Did it stop? Because I refreshed. Let's give it some time. I won't do much. I'll just wait for it. Okay, so looks like I have made a mistake. It's environment. So I made a mistake of the tag. That's why we are having issues. So let me click save. Now it should pass after some time. So let's see if it is going to reevaluate it or not. If not, let's select it. Actions, reevaluate. Alright, so after some time, even though the main dashboard is okay, as you can see, the rules changed after I modified that environment. Now this one shows it as compliant, which is good, success. So let's go back, and congratulations to me and to you as well for watching this. Now let's go ahead and finish our DIY. all we are going to do is we are going to add another role where we are talking about versioning, and it is called S3 bucket versioning enabled. Let's go back and roles, add a role, and it's called versioning version. Okay, I don't know why I'm still seeing that many. So let's go copy this. I cannot. Versioning. Oh, that's it. So let's select that. Next, let's click S3 bucket. S3 bucket, it's already selected. We are good. And what do they want us to select? And what are they asking us to select? Let's go here. Enable versioning on the S3 bucket, config bucket. Okay, we will do that. I think that's it. Let's not change any parameters. Let's click next, save it. Now let's wait for some time. So obviously it is going to complain about the bucket that we created for this one, saying it is non-compliant. Let's give it some time. And as you can see, there is a column called remediation action, which means when this is non-compliant, do you want to fix it by doing something? Okay, you can even do that, but this is not part of this particular project, so we won't. Okay, it's not complaining about anything. Oh yes, now you see it, right? And most probably it will be our bucket. Okay, as you can see, there is another one, but we don't care. This is our bucket, so let's go fix it. And I think this is our bucket. We are on the right. Bucket versioning, edit it, enable it, save changes. Okay, now if we go back here, I think after a couple of minutes that should fix it, but we have another way to fix it. Click it, actions, reevaluate. Let's give it some minutes. Okay, here we go. After some time, the versioning from 2 it became to 1 because we enabled it on the our bucket. This is LabStack, not our bucket, so that is still showing, but it is working. Our rule that we created is working, and this is what they are asking us, I guess. Name of the rule that you enabled, which is this, and the bucket name was, I think we can go to complaint and then required tags, and oh, it's not sure, not the tags. What was it? Complaint was versioning enabled, right? Won't it show versioning enabled? Okay, non-complaint. How about complaint ones? Yeah, this is the one. Okay, this is our bucket name. Click, enter, validate. It's going to say success. Come on. Yes, you did it. Both the config rule and the bucket are correctly configured. Now return to the city and give your customer the good news, which I will. So what did we learn here, guys? We learned so far in this particular project how to configure AWS config and then create roles and then check whether they are complaint or not, and how to reevaluate, etc. So it is good. It is good experience. I like it. Not sure if you liked it or not. Let me know in the comments. So where is he? I think this is the person. No? Okay, let's go here. Collect. Thank you so much. Select your reward. Okay, how about this? All right, we decided that. Okay, you can see next to this big building we have this green building, small one. That's fine. Celebrations, and you guessed it, it is feedback time. Okay, let's give some feedback to these guys. I liked it, and this is feedback time for my video as well from you guys. So go ahead, like the video, leave a comment, and if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss all this amazing content I am putting in this channel. Go check other playlists as well and let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like button because that's the one way you are telling me you want more videos in this particular series, right? Because this is just season 2. We have season 3 for data analytics, season 4 for networking, season 5 for machine learning. So if you want to see all that, then all I'm asking is hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, because as you know, the only cloud practitioner is free. The remaining ones I have to pay monthly, which I am doing. Okay, so do your part. Go ahead, subscribe, like, comment, and let's move to the next event. What is it? Zapping drones. So let's go ahead. Oh, why is he moving? Is it stick drift? Did I miss it? Okay, let's go ahead and get it. Oh, that is far. Is this orange? No, I don't know. It is green. Okay. Oh no, it is orange. Not sure why I hit the orange. Let's hope we have the cards. And we don't have lambda. Exit. Okay, now let's go get green ones. Not the green ones, blue ones. Oh, all are orange for some reason. So let's hit that one. It looks like far away for some reason. Am I in some forbidden zone? Route. Maybe they should put teleporting. Which components exist in an AWS configuration item? Huh? Configuration item? Did we even see this? Interesting. I feel like this relationships, not sure. Data flow. Let's see that. Let's click on hint. Metadata, attributes, relationships. Okay, my bad. We didn't see it. I didn't see it. Maybe I think we need to watch those videos. I didn't watch the videos. I need to go and watch them as well. I still haven't uploaded them. When I upload, I will watch them. A config rule can be configured to evaluate only resources that have been tagged with a specific key value pair. Configured to evaluate only resources that have been tagged with a specific. No, I don't think so. Are we tagging? Is that tagging whatever we pick, like AWS resources? I feel like it is tagging. Oh, seriously? You are giving me everything. Can I tag? Where is it? Not advantage, tag. Okay, I think I will just go with I feel like we tagged it whenever we pick that S3 bucket or EC2 instances. It's okay. We'll risk it. Yes, I am right. That's weird. Let's see if they will repeat it. What is the name for a collection of rules and remediation actions built by using a common? Yeah, I think I saw this conformance pack. I think that is the answer. I saw this option while we are doing it. Even though we didn't do it, I saw it. Okay, I think we are done with this. Running to share a common file system with CFS. I think we are done. So let's try to do an orange one, but I don't think we have where is this? I think it's that far. I don't think we have enough cards to do it, but I will just try to see if we can. If we get one where we have the cards, let's try it. There is nothing to lose. It's, oh my god, it's talking about so many. I don't think we have all those cards. We don't have Lambda for sure. Yeah, bummer. We don't have DynamoDB as well. All right, I think I will exit the video right here. I think we had enough. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Go ahead, destroy those subscribe, like, and comment buttons. Thank you very much for spending your time on this video. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. See you in the next one. Peace out.